Welcome to Gazelles Softball on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This broadcast is made possible by the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, Linda's Angel Crossing, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Vichet, Elwood Dental, Floortech Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Anytime Fitness, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Triple Time Rudy's, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, H&H Roofing, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Wall of Fame, and Ravin Books. Now, for the Anytime Fitness pregame show with the voice of Yankton Athletics, Zach Spear.
Play ball!
Hello and welcome to Sherman Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. As more softball coming up on the way as it's the Yankton Gazelles against the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. Right now in Sioux Falls, chance of rain, so apologize. Camera is not on the live stream right now, but looking to get that up and running. By game time, it seems like most of the rain should have passed. So until then, we will just run the pregame without the camera, and once we hit game time and first pitch, hopefully we've got clear sky and great opportunity and great night for softball here. All Yankton athletics are presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. As it's going to be a very busy week for Gazelles softball this week. 3 games between now and Thursday. Let's talk about this upcoming matchup as Yankton again at Sherman Park to take on the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. The Gazelles come into this matchup 2-1 on the season after taking victories in their last 2 over Aberdeen Central and Pierre. Not surprisingly, Sioux Falls Jefferson has opened the season 2-0 after taking down Harrisburg and O'Gorman. Now I say not surprisingly because it seems every year the Cavaliers are championship contenders and they've got a great system put in place. I expect them to be a really good team again this year. For Yankton, it's been a great start and now a really good opponent. Here's how the numbers compare so far this season. Yankton on offense is putting up 13.7 runs per game compared to Sioux Falls Jefferson, who's put up 11 runs per game. And defensively, Yankton giving up 5.7 runs per game. But Sioux Falls Jefferson, really impressive. They give up 1.5 runs per game so far on the season. Last year, these two teams matched up twice. It was in the regular season and then in the Sodak 16. The first time in the regular season, it was 20-0 favoring Sioux Falls Jefferson over Yankton. And then in the playoffs in the Sodak 16, again, Sioux Falls Jefferson came out on top with your final score 15-0. And looking at the numbers, it could be a high scorer for sure. Both teams averaging over 10 runs per game. We'll see which defense can make not just the routine plays, but some highlight plays as well. Last year, Jefferson certainly ran the table in this matchup, but they were eventual state champions with plenty of talent on the squad. Thing is, they only had a couple of seniors on their roster last year, so expect this to be a very similar team to what we saw last year. Now the Gazelles are hoping to keep hot at the plate because they're going to need to put up runs to keep up in this one. Last game certainly gave a lot of hope for Yankton's hitting as multiple players all hit 500 or above. Should be an action-filled game with the ball in play a lot coming up tonight with our first pitch set for 6 o'clock on the field here. They just wrapped up the JV game and it will end in a tie of 8-8 between Yankton and Sioux Falls Jefferson. A tie because it's hit 5:30 and in JV they do not start another inning of play whether it's tied up or not once it hits 30 minutes before first pitch time for varsity action. I did get a chance to talk with both head coaches ahead of this matchup. It's Ed Whiting for the Cavaliers and as always Jill Muth for the Yankton Gazelles. We'll step aside for a moment when we return that chat with head coach Ed Whiting of the Cavaliers, all here on Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help.
I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you pics so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area, guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotes. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. Now joining on the line is head coach Ed Whiting of the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Starting to get a little more of the softball weather going. Girls are getting tired of practicing. Good to be able to get back outside and play.
And still only a couple of games in this season, but your team with 2 wins and no losses. What have you seen from them so far?
You know what? They're really just having solid plate appearances, running the count, adjusting to the umpiring, and just kind of having a plan when they go in the box and finding a way to, hit the ball hard. And we've been able to put some hits together, which gets some runs across the plate. And in the end, you got to score some runs to win. So that's going well. We're playing pretty clean. I don't think we have an error on the season yet. And we're experienced. We only graduated 2 from last year, so it helps to have really kind of a pretty solidified squad back with some young kids that are competing to fill the, open positions and voids, and feel like they've done a good job with that.
And you kind of talked about it a little bit. You come off a state championship season when you've brought back so many of those players. Then what kind of expectations do you feel like that places on the team this year?
We talk about we brought a bunch back, but at the same standpoint, it's a new team and a new year, and we're playing against, same schools, but still same schools with new teams, and everyone's trying to figure out what this year looks like. So that season was great, but it's done, and we're moving forward and just trying to see how this team plays together with a couple pieces moving around and, adding some youth in the circle, and just kind of seeing what some of the new young girls can do and what that competition looks like. And we're really excited for this year.
And what do you think your team could do really well throughout the season?
We're 2 games in. We've had 2 that have been postponed due to weather. They do a really good job of playing together. Their communication is pretty high. I look for them to be competitive in games, regardless of what the score looks like. We kind of train on standards-based training, and the standard is we're going to compete no matter what the score is or who's umping or who we're playing against. And I look forward to them continuing kind of that foundation of Jefferson softball and, let the games kind of finish the way that they will. But we're just going to meet the standards. We're going to hustle, and we're going to work hard and compete.
And now you take on the Yankton Gazelles. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
It's always funny because they're not that far away, but we honestly don't know a lot about them. Our girls play with some of their girls and on their summer club teams and things of that nature. What I know is Coach Muth does a nice job down there of teaching fundamentals of softball, and they got a couple of, nice club programs running out of the Yankton area that are always a tough draw when the Sioux Falls teams draw them, in a state tournament or at a tournament during kind of the club softball season. So I would anticipate they're moving some pieces around. I think they're probably a little bit young in the circle, but that doesn't always mean a whole lot, right? When you can throw, and it doesn't really matter how old you are. So I look forward to a competitive game against a well-coached team.
And who are some of the names on your team that we should expect to see making plays in this one?
We have, Macy Bryan is probably the first one that comes to mind. She's commit to South Dakota State with some offers from some P4 schools and wanted to stay home and compete a little closer to family and friends of that nature. She'll bat leadoff and play shortstop for us, and she's got a rocket of an arm. And we have pretty good depth in the circle. In Ty Devericks, who's a junior, a USD commit, and Mac Bierman is a sophomore. She ended up kind of being an extra hitter and pitching depth for us last year as a freshman, but made the all-tourney team, and she swings the bat really well. But really the foundation of our team is probably our senior leadership, and Macy is in that group. But, Aaliyah Johnson starts in kind of controls our outfield, starts in right field for us, and Riley Bodness is our center fielder. Brooklyn Herrera holds down the corner at third for us, and on the other corner at first is Rainer Reisdorfer, and those are all seniors who have been officially playing softball at Jefferson, new school, but playing softball, sanctioned softball here it's our first batch of 4-year kids, so we've had them since they were freshmen. So they kind of know what we do, and they're doing a good job of passing that on to the younger kids to the point where, our catcher's a junior, but acts like a senior, kind of the leader in the infield. She does a really good job of calling the games. Our catchers do call the games, which is maybe a little different than some other schools based on the strategy with Coach Hockery, but they know each other well, and they know the players they're playing against, and, she does a nice job there. Outside of that, Lydia Johnson is starting in left field for us. And Mac Bierman will get the start tonight. We'll see what that combination looks like. Sophomore starting in the circle. Ty Devericks in relief. Going to see how that looks with, Mac starting and Ty having an opportunity to come in as a closer. We're excited about what that might look like.
Well, Coach, appreciate it. Thanks for taking time to talk with me today.
Yeah, thanks for the coverage, and really appreciate you reaching out.
Again, that was head coach Ed Whiting of the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. Coming up next on our Coaches Conversations is Jill Muth of the Gazelles, exclusively on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
And coming back on our stream here, just a heads up, as I was just told that we are going to be in a weather delay here at Sioux Falls. So, first pitch, it was originally set for 6 o'clock. Lightning was spotted within 10 miles of the facility, so it is going to be delayed. They thought maybe closer to the 6:30 to 7 o'clock range. So what we're going to do is we're not going to sit and extend our pregame for an hour and a half to 2 hours. What we're going to do is we're just going to close down the stream. We won't completely end it, so you'll be able to pop back up. Stay tuned, and we will keep you updated on when our softball coverage will continue. We will let you know. I'll send a text back to the station and see if anyone can get a Facebook post when we do go live. Otherwise, if you want to make sure to be notified when we do go live, when it is going to be closer to game time, subscribe to Yankton Streaming on YouTube. But again, a weather delay right now, so we're going to wrap it up just for a moment. And, we will be back with you whenever we find out when first pitch is going to be. Again, if you subscribe on Yankton Streaming on YouTube, it will let you know when we go live. So I will talk with you later tonight whenever softball gets rolling. And we are officially back as we had a weather delay there here in Sioux Falls between the Yankton Gazelles and the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers, as right away they were aiming for a next first pitch set up for 7 o'clock. That, of course, got delayed a little bit as we are just coming back live now. Now I'm being told about 7:20 is our current ETA for first pitch. And earlier had already ran the interview with head coach Ed Whiting of the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. And if you weren't there or didn't get to hear that chat, unfortunately we just don't have time quite now with the different times and don't want to risk missing any of the action. But essentially he said his team's been hitting extremely well, and they have not made an error in the field, which certainly sounds like to me they've been off to a great start. Just looking at the numbers, though, real quick, Yankton putting up 13.7 runs per game. Sioux Falls Jefferson putting up 11. Now, on the defensive side, it is favoring Sioux Falls Jefferson. They only give up 1.5 runs per game, which is just very, very impressive at the high school level. Of course, only 2 games in, but this is definitely a team capable of holding out that kind of impressive play throughout the season. Yankton allowing only 5.7 runs per game. The Gazelles 2-1 entering this one. The Cavaliers haven't lost. They are 2-0. They've had a couple of games postponed and probably happy that this one didn't get postponed and rather just a delayed start time. The teams matched up twice last season, with Yankton falling both times. In the regular season, it was Sioux Falls Jefferson 20-0, and then in the Sodak 16, 15-0 favoring the Cavaliers. Appreciate you tuning in here with us. All Yankton athletics are brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. Again, a delayed first pitch here, and earlier we had that chat with head coach Ed Whiting of the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. And we will now enter into our chat with Jill Muth of the Gazelles on our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. Anytime Fitness Yankton, let's make healthy happen. We are moments away from first pitch. You'll want to keep it tuned here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Craving something boss-level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Back on our coaches' conversations, head coach Jill Muth of the Yankton Gazelles. Coach, your team is now 2-1, coming off an impressive win over Pierre. Tell me all about that game and what you saw from the team.
Yeah, we definitely were very, very good offensively. I think we had 18 hits as a team in the 4 innings that we batted, so that's pretty impressive. I thought we swung at good pitches. I think we might have scored at least half our runs with 2 outs. I know we scored a bunch of 2-out runs. So we were really good offensively. So that was great to see. I thought Reese pitched okay for a little bit, and then we had 1 inning where we kind of booted the ball around, and she had a couple walks, and then just went with, thought we'd go with a little different look. And I thought Brenna Elwood came in and pitched fantastic for us to kind of shut the door. And so overall, we were really happy with the game on Thursday. So I would say that we were very happy with overall with the outcome. Just looking to see if we can keep that going. We got a tough stretch of games here. 6 games against the traditionally good Sioux Falls and Brandon teams, and we're looking at, finding a way to go compete and win some games. See if we can, keep our bats hot and have our pitchers hit their spots and see if we can, go surprise some of them. I'm sure they, are thinking that it's going to be traditionally what they've had the last couple of years, but I think we're in a better spot, and I think we're hitting the ball really good, and so we're looking to go compete, see what we can do.
And something you kind of touched on was Brenna Elwood stepping into the circle for just shy of 2 innings, but it was a very good showing. What are kind of the expectations for her as far as pitching this season?
Yeah, she kind of came in, as freshman, and I would say even on her summer team, she's not necessarily has just kind of grown into the pitching role. She's a hard worker, and she's really been working on it the last couple of years, and so she has definitely grown as a pitcher. But I think this year too, we just kind of told her, like, the 3 freshmen were like, well, you guys are it. We don't have anybody else that feels comfortable pitching and wants to pitch. And so, we just said after Reese, it's you 3. And so Brenna has kind of said, yep, I'm ready. And the other girls have too, but Brenna just is just a little more ready she's just a gamer. Like, she's going to, you say, Brenna, we want you to go out there and throw strikes. She's going to go out there and do her darndest to throw strikes. And that what she's done for us this year, just gone in there and really done a good job of throwing strikes.
And coming up at Sioux Falls Jefferson, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, we've not had a real lot of luck or success against them the last couple of years, but I think that we just need to find a way to play our game. You know what I mean? If we can swing at good pitches, their pitcher's got a rise ball, and that's a hard one to lay off of, and so if we can find a way to try to lay off of some of the rise balls, then I think that's going to put her in a position where she's going to have to come to us a little bit, and then we can swing at good pitches and see if we can put them in play and get some hits.
And 3 games for you and the team this week. What do the few and far between practices look like, and how do you make sure the team is ready to go for every game?
Yeah, that this is, everybody can find a way to be excited for and get up for games because they're, you put on a uniform and you go play, So we're looking at just finding a way to go out and compete and go out and play hard and try to play our game, and try to keep ourselves on top of the mental game because that is hard. You make a mistake and then you think about it, and you just have to find a way to have a real short memory, and that goes from game to game too, whether it's a win or a loss. You got to find a way to have celebrate it or, feel bad about it for a little bit and then move on to the next one because you have another opportunity to go out and compete and see if we can get another win. So that is, something that we'll talk about is just working on having a short memory and finding a way to just play softball.
As always, appreciate the time and good luck in this one.
Yep, thank you, Zach. We appreciate your time, and we will talk to you after the game.
Again, you just heard from head coach Jill Muth of the Yankton Gazelles. Coming up, more softball action as Sioux Falls Jefferson hosts Yankton.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Group's bedroom groups by Laguna and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress, Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup.
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermillion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
And back for our Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. It is the Yankton Gazelles against the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. Of course, timing a little bit different than what we were expecting today with the original first pitch set for 6 o'clock. Here we sit at 7:17 and still waiting on that first pitch because we had some pretty crazy weather here in Sioux Falls. We had large hail and a lot of rain for a short amount of time. And, well, now the sun is shining bright. The Gazelles last were in action against Pierre T.F. Riggs in a victory. The final score, 22-10. Here are your final stats from that game. Callie Koletsky 0 for 2, but did get walked twice and reached twice. Isabel Sheldon went 0 for 1, but did have an RBI in the game. Jocelyn Burns went 1 for 4, 1 RBI and 1 walk. Eliza Gurney also 1 for 4 with 1 RBI and 1 walk. Kyra Churchmo went 3 for 5 at the plate and had 2 RBIs. Madison Musfelt had a good game of 2 for 4, 4 RBIs and a walk. Ava Gerard also went 2 for 4. She had 3 RBIs. Brooklyn King was perfect at the plate in their last action, going 4 for 4 and added in 4 RBIs as well. Reese Gary went 1 for 3 at the plate with 2 RBIs and a walk. She also pitched for 3 1/3 innings, giving up 10 runs off of 7 walks and 2 strikeouts. September Rao went 2 for 2 and had 1 walk as well. And Brenna Elwood pitched for 1 2/3 innings and gave up 0 runs off of 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. The Gazelles as a total went 16 of 33, 18 RBIs, 7 walks, and only 1 strikeout at the plate. That's certainly going to win you a lot of ball games. 22 runs, 18 RBIs. You got walked 7 times. They gave up 10 runs, and in the field had 4 errors. Overall, it really was just an impressive game for the Gazelles and a much-needed win, felt like, as now a winning record for the first time of the year as they look to continue that, but certainly a tough opponent against Sioux Falls Jefferson as the Cavaliers are defending state champions from last season and returned a good amount of talent. Now, one thing, though, head coach Whiting did talk about, he kind of said, well, that was last season. We're not looking too much to that. We're looking to have a great season this season as well. And they've started off with a 2-0 record. They've hit the ball well, no errors in the field, so they've done about what they can this early in the season. We'll step aside for another moment here, and then when we return, your starting lineups during our pregame, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermillion. This is Gazelle Softball on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
I knew I should have had those brakes checked at Graham Tire. It's all about safety. Tire mounting, balancing, wheel alignment, and shocks and struts and batteries, oil changes, and lube service. Graham Tire does these every day. And there's over an acre of tires. Graham Tire has them all, big and small. Tires for cars, trucks, campers, trailers, big rigs, and tracks. Honesty and integrity is a matter of pride since 1951. Graham Tire, Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
And back to the field, as I guess we will not have starting lineups on the field, so we'll just do them here. They're brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling, anytime, any day. We open with the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers, 2-0 their season. When they're at the plate, leading things off will be number 5, the shortstop, Macy Bryant. On deck will be the second baseman, number 8, Lauren Bullis. In the 3 spot, the center fielder, number 3, Taya Devricks. And the cleanup hitter for the Cavaliers, the third baseman, number 28, Brooklyn Herrera. In the circle to open for Sioux Falls Jefferson, number 47, Mackenzie Bierman. Batting 6th, the right fielder, number 11, Aaliyah Johnson. In left field, batting 7th, number 12, Lydia Johnson. Designated player batting 8th, number 1, is Riley Fodness. And to round off the starting lineups, batting lineups for the Cavaliers, is number 27, the catcher, Bella Sorum. Playing in the field as the flex player and on first is Raina Reisdorfer. Now the starting lineups for your Yankton Gazelles, as it is game time here on the field. As in the circle is Mackenzie Bierman and Callie Koletsky to lead things off for the Gazelles. She'll be playing center field for Yankton when they're in the field, branding number 3 on her jersey. On deck is the shortstop, number 2, Jocelyn Burns. Batting third, left fielder, number 22, Eliza Gurney. Behind home plate, the cleanup hitter, number 23, Kyra Churchma. As the next pitch, also a ball, 2-0 now the count. Batting 5th for Yankton, number 1, the first baseman, Madison Musfelt. On third base, batting 6th, number 8, Ava Gerard. At second base, number 6, Brooklyn King. In the circle for Yankton is number 29, batting 8th, Reese Gary. As a swing and a miss there from Koletsky. And to round off the lineup for the Gazelles is right fielder, number 12, September Rao. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion, as game time has officially started here at Sherman Park. Another swing and a miss there from Callie Koletsky, evening up the count at 2-2. Koletsky, the leadoff hitter here for Yankton, looking to be an early base runner against Mackenzie Bierman and the Cavaliers. The 2-2 windup and pitch just misses a touch low. Count now full for Koletsky as the leadoff hitter. Koletsky on the season, batting a .667 through 3 games. It's been a very impressive start to the year for her. Got a piece of it, but it was ticked right back to the glove of the catcher, and that will count for strike 3 and out number 1 here on the field. Koletsky goes down swinging, and it brings up Jocelyn Burns to the plate. As I said, kind of some odd weather here at the field, as earlier just downpouring and then hail, and now the sun shining so bright we can hardly see. Burns fouls off the first one, straight back it goes. So coming in firing strikes is Mackenzie Bierman so far to start. 1 strikeout for her to open the game. And now the next pitch to Burns had some movement, good for strike 2. Burns thought about it for a while, decided against it, and it is good for strike two. 0-2 now the count. Burns will be forced to protect the plate. The 0-2 pitch, and it's called for strike three. Bierman with 2 strikeouts to open the game for her and her defense. And Yankton now faces 2 outs with no runners on. Eliza Gurney steps up to the plate here for Yankton, the number 3 hitter in the lineup. Sits on the first pitch, ball 1. (1-0) the count. Gurney sits on the next one, hits the upper side of the zone, evens it up at 1-1. And the next pitch, a swing and a miss there from Gurney. And that one a little high, more likely than not that rise ball that Coach Muth kind of talked about and said they're going to need to avoid swinging at that one to give themselves a chance to get on the plate. The 1-2 pitch coming up here. It's in the dirt, scooped up for ball 2. Bierman trying to go quick with a 3-up, 3-down inning. Yankton looking for a base runner, as another thing Muth talked about last time they played, most of their runs scored with 2 outs. And Gurney sits on strike 3, and that will be the wrap of the top of the first. 3 strikeouts for Mackenzie Bierman, no runners, no hits, no errors, and none left on base. Our first half inning of action over, and coming up, the starting lineup for the Cavaliers. Leading things off when we return will be Macy Bryant.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
And back to the field, as it is the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers, their first time at the plate. They'll work against Reese Gary in the circle for Yankton, and Kyra Churchma behind home plate. Leading things off is the shortstop, Macy Bryant, a southpaw for Sioux Falls Jefferson, as Lauren Bullis will await on deck and Taya Devericks in the hole. Gary, the first pitch of the night, just misses low. 1-0 the count. Appreciate you tuning in. It was a hectic start, but game time, and we should be coast clear for the remainder of the night. I'm Zach Spear on Yankton, streaming on YouTube, and always a great night for softball here as Gary's next pitch out of the dirt, and ball 2. We've had worse circumstances than a rain delay, including a dust bowl a few years back in T area. And a hard-hit line drive finds its way to left center. Bryant rounds first, takes off for second, and she'll be standing with a double to lead things off for the Cavaliers. Sioux Falls Jefferson, a team that can certainly hit, and right out of the gates they come out with a nice one. Now Lauren Bullis to the plate, on deck Taya Devericks. Gary's next pitch outside, as getting a very healthy lead off of second is Bryant. Will force Churchma to kind of eye her back down to second. Gary, the 1-0 pitch. It's sent down the strike zone and fouled off by Bullis. Lauren will be in second next time her team takes to the field. Devricks awaits on deck, and the cleanup hitter, Brooklyn Herrera, in the hole. So the first hit of the night does belong to Sioux Falls Jefferson, and more distinctly, Macy Bryant as a fake bunt there, and a pullback was called for ball two, and Ken Bryant getting very aggressive on second. Nearly got herself in a pickle, but the thing is, if you're Yankton and Churchma, you want to throw to third, not second. That one hit up, and it'll go to right field. September Rao pulls it in. Bryant takes off for third. She'll reach safely. So Bullis will fly out to Rao in right field, but will advance the runner in Macy Bryant, who's made her way to third and trying to be the first scorer of the night on our Fox stop of Yankton scoreboard. Taya Devricks to the plate with Brooklyn Herrera moving up two on deck. Taya Devricks, the center fielder, often finds herself in the circle as well. I was told she is going to be in relief tonight if Bierman can't make it the full. First pitch scooped up and ball one. Gary winds up to fire the next, and it's just outside 2-0 the count. Gary finds herself down 2-0 in the count. So far, she has forced the Cavaliers to hit, but now finds herself with a 3-0 count. Churchma keeps it in front, runner stays put. .3-0 the count. We'll see how the Cavs play it, and Devricks is going to have a 4-pitch walk, and that brings up Brooklyn Herrera to the plate. Now a 1-3 situation in the field for Yankton. We'll see how they play it, and more likely than not, don't be surprised if Jefferson tries taking second here. Now at the plate, the third baseman and cleanup hitter, Brooklyn Herrera, has Devricks on first, Bryant on third. Just one out she faces. A great situation for Sioux Falls Jefferson and their cleanup hitter. Fakes the bunt. It's called for a strike, and taking second, Devricks. At Sherman Park, and one of two nice softball complexes in Sioux Falls. The other will be at tomorrow night as the Gazelles travel to take on Sioux Falls Roosevelt. And a hard hit liner off of the glove at second, picked up but not in time. A run will score for Jefferson. That will be an error at second. King got a glove on it, but it just poked its way free, and Bryant will be the first scorer of the game. Devricks over to third. Herrera now on first with the error. So 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error so far in this inning. 1-0 the score. Jefferson leads. Mackenzie Bierman at the plate. Again, a steal to second. No throw either side, and it's a 2-3 situation for the runners. A pitcher's duel between Mackenzie Bierman and Reese Gary, the first we have of our game tonight. 1-0 the count. Gary fires a nice one. It's fouled off. Lots of backspin on that one as it heads to the backstop. And Churchma will run to pick it up. 1-1 your count and out. Runners on second and third. It's now Mackenzie Bierman at the plate. Aaliyah Johnson awaits on deck. And Gary sent that one just a hair low. That one's certainly not missing by much. One of those pitches you do not make the call on air until you hear what the ump says. 2-1 the count. That one got a little away from Gary. Now 3-1. The Cavs probably good enough hitters where expect them even with 3 balls might be swinging if they see a pitch they like, even maybe in a 3-0 situation. Of course, we'll have to see how it plays out throughout the game. 3-1 the count and a hard hit grounder. It's picked up at third. A nice throw to first for the out, and Jefferson scores one more. So a set ground out for Mackenzie Bierman. She does get an RBI, but she is out number 2. Deverick scores it from third, and Herrera now over to third. 2 runs have come across. 2 outs, a runner on third, and at the plate, Aaliyah Johnson. Yankton trying to minimize damage here in the bottom of the first and send it back to their hitters for a chance to score again. That one, a little high from Gary. (1-0) your count, 2 outs here. Gary's next one scooped up by Churchma. It's 2-0 favoring the Cavaliers on your Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton, a full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizza, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump gas and diesel fuel, firewood and propane exchange. Gary finds the zone with that one, and Aaliyah Johnson will sit on it for a called strike one. 2-1 now your count. Two balls, 1 strike here, and Gary finds the same spot. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. Yankton trying to keep it a 2-run difference, so we head to our second inning. But 1 final out they'll need here. Gary, the 2-2 count against Aaliyah Johnson, sends it in. It's hit up. No real chance there to be caught by Churchman behind home, and it will drop for a foul ball. Count stays the same. 2-2 count remains. And it's hit hard and into deep left field. Gurney will track it down and make a nice catch out in left field. It's pulled in, and Gurney saves a run from coming across and shows why she's out in left field. The Cavaliers will score 2 runs off of 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We wrap up our first inning of action. It is 2-0 with Sioux Falls Jefferson in the lead, but the Gazelles back to the plate and a chance to try and narrow the gap. Leading off when we return is Kyra Churchma.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
And back to the field, leading things off will be the cleanup hitter for Yankton and Kyra Churchma. She comes off a game that saw her go 3 for 5 and a handful of RBIs as well. It was just overall a great game at the plate for her as well as most of the team. Madison Musfelt on deck and Ava Gerard in the hole. So 2 seniors to start things off for Yankton here in the top of the second. That one hit right away up the middle. It bounces. It slows down barehanded. The throw to first won't make it in time. Churchma ran it out. It'll count as a base hit. I believe if that throw had been there in time, she would have reached safely. So from our point, we're counting it as a base hit. Madison Musfelt now at the plate. Has a runner on first, no outs. So another senior in the lineup here for the Gazelles. Churchma made her way over to second as well, and now a bunt that's going to be caught at third, and the throw to second will double them up, and 2 outs just like that. So no runners on now here for Yankton. 2 outs, and Ava Gerard now at the plate. So I put the graphic back on the screen there. First pitch, high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes here. 2 outs. Again, it's Ava Gerard at the plate with Brooklyn King on deck. 2-0, the Cavaliers lead. A swing, Gerard misses it, but it was a nice cut. And didn't miss by too much either. Bat was just a little above the ball there. 1-1 the count. A high pitch there from Bierman, 2-1. Two and one, Yankton looking to start a 2-out rally here, but needs some base runners as Gerard will sit on a called strike 2. Mackenzie Bierman has been impressive so far in the circle for her team. 3 strikeouts all coming in the first inning, trying to pick up 4 as that one fouled off by Ava, and count stays the same at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes here, 2 outs, and no runners on. Ava Gerard working, and misses on that one. It was scooped up out of the dirt, but the throw down to first makes it in time, and it will be strikeout number 4 for Mackenzie Bierman. For the Gazelles, they had no runs off of 1 hit, no errors, and none left on base after they were doubled up on a bunt attempt. Coming up the bottom of the second when we return, Gazelles back into the field.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Raven Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Raven Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Raven Books, where every book finds a home.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated. H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
And back right before the first pitch of the bottom of the second, leading things off here for the Cavs is Lydia Johnson, the left fielder for the Cavs, as she works against Reese Gary for the first time. On deck for Sioux Falls Jefferson, Riley Fodness, the designated player, batting in place of Raina Reisdorfer, and in the hole, the catcher, Bella Sorum. Next pitch was zipped in high for a 2-0 start. Cavaliers with 2 D1 commits in their starting lineup here. And going to rival schools, 1 in USD, 1 to SDSU. Next pitch low for ball 3. So a 3-0 count now here for Lydia Johnson. And Coach Whiting not being too secretive. She's not swinging here. 3-0 the count, and that one does find its way to the zone. 3-1 the count. Reese Gary set to fire another one, 3-1, and now she's worked her way back in it. Count is full. A great pitch there from Gary. Came across the plate and kind of curved out while it was crossing the plate. So a strike, but painting the corner there. 3-2 the count, a grounder hit over to second. This time scooped up, and the throw does make it in time for an out. Play made at second there by Brooklyn King. So 1 up, 1 down here to open the bottom of the second. One out, no runners on. It's Riley Fodness at the plate. On deck, Bella Sorum is the 8-9 hitters in the Cavaliers lineup. And a low pitch fired in there by Reese Gary. One-0 your count. And Gary, a nice one there. Evens it up 1-1. Yankton has given up just 2 runs here, but at the plate have only reached safely once. Next pitch is scooped up for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike here. The pitch, a grounder over to Burns, picks it up, relays it over to first, but the throw is off target. Reaching second will be Riley Fodness. She's taken off for third. She slides in and reaches safely, and a runner on third off the error. And Jefferson can extend their lead. And that is why, if you just put the ball in play, you give yourself a chance. And right there, Riley Fodness just wheeled it out all the way to third. And she is 1 away from scoring. Bella Sorum now with a runner on third, just 1 out. Should have been 2 outs. Hits that one high up into right field. Rouse backing up, won't be able to reach it in time. Heading for second, and now taking off for third. Here is Sorum. Sorum will reach safely. An RBI triple, and the Cavaliers lead 3-0. Impressive hit from Bella Sorum there. The first run of the second inning for the Cavaliers. Looking to add to it is now a runner on third, 1 out, and the top of your batting lineup here, Macy Bryant, who's 1 for 1 in the game with a double in the first inning, now standing in the box. A fresh count for her, and again, same spot into left field it goes, past Gurney to the fence. Macy Bryant wants third, and she'll get it. What a play there, Macy Bryant. Now 2 for 2. We got back-to-back RBI triples in this one. It was a nice throw by Reese Gary. Even better hit by Macy Bryant, and that's one where on the defensive side, there is nothing you can do there. She put it in the perfect spot and just straight up ran it all the way to third. 1-0 the count here. It's Lauren Bullis now at the plate. 0 for 1 as she flew out to right field earlier. Next pitch finds the upper side of the zone. 1-1 the count. That might be the spot right there where each team might want to kind of try to hit. It's such a huge part of the game of softball or baseball, finding the umpire's zone and knowing what I should and shouldn't swing at. Sky high it goes right field, and September Rao pulls in another one, fires it home, and Macy Bryant will be forced to stay put at third. A great play in right field by Rao, and now 2 outs. Taya Devricks at the plate. She was walked in 4 pitches in her last at bat. She is the lone walk of the game for either side. Yankton has given up 2 runs in each inning so far, looking to keep it that way as Taya Devricks at the plate. A runner on third, faces 2 outs, 1-0 now the count. So now 5 pitches thrown Taya Devricks' way, and she has not swung or lifted the bat off her shoulder yet. Excuse me, Lauren. No, it is Taya Devricks. Looking at my scorecard wrong, and under the glove at third, it goes into left field. That will count as another error for Yankton. It will score a run for the Cavaliers, and right now Yankton just struggling a little bit in the field. It makes it 5-0. And that will force Yankton call a timeout on the field. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Locally owned for 4 generations. Call them for water softening and purification, salt reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. I apologize, I accidentally hit the home run tab. We did not miss a home run, if you're wondering why that flashed on screen. Either way, the Gazelles a timeout on the field, and that looks like it's going to wrap up here. And back to their spots the Gazelles go as the sun finally starting to settle in behind some trees, and a lot better of a view now here with where we're sitting. I've got the camera straight on, but I am looking at it from the third baseline essentially directly into that sun. Now a runner on second here with 2 outs. And it's Devericks at the plate, gets a piece of the first pitch, fouls it out of play, 0-1. Brooklyn Herrera at the plate. Taya Devericks is on second. On deck is Mackenzie Bierman and Aaliyah Johnson in the hole. Herrera was able to reach by an error in the first inning. And Yankton with 3 already here in this one in the field. Next pitch is low and away, 1-1. A 1-1 count here with a couple of outs. Herrera trying to reach base again and keep this rally going for her team, and bobbling it there is Kyra Churchma, able to pull it back in and in time. Otherwise, Devericks might have taken off for third, but that might have benefited Yankton. Depending, of course, on the relay from home to third. The next one, a hard hit grounder over towards third base. It's scooped up, but it will be foul. 2-2 now, your count yet again. Ava Gerard at third here for Yankton. Scooped it up nicely, but it was just a step out of fair territory. Two and two now, your count here. Herrera looking for something to hit. Gary trying to send her team back to the dugout to hit. Next pitch, scooped up out of the dirt, and now count is full here for Brooklyn Herrera. Gary's only walked one so far in the game, trying to avoid making it two here. And the payoff pitch, the 3-2 count, a grounder into center field it goes. Cavaliers are going to send for home and score. A base hit for Sioux Falls Jefferson as Devericks brings it all the way from second to home. Herrera standing on first with a single. And now Mackenzie Bierman steps up to the plate, her second plate appearance of the night. And looking at this for Yankton, it could have been just a one-run scored inning minus the errors. Of course, gotta make the plays. 1-0 the count here for Mackenzie Bierman, who grounded out for the second out of the top of the first inning. And that pitch just low, 2-0. Awaiting on deck is Aaliyah Johnson. And in the hole is the start of this inning, Lydia Johnson. Reese Gary sends it in. It's hit hard, crushed into right center. It goes. That one all the way to the fence. It no-hops it. Heading for home now is Herrera. She'll reach, and another RBI triple in the game for the Cavaliers. You don't see too many of those, and we've already seen 3 RBI triples tonight. Cavaliers are hitting the ball extremely well and have extended their lead 7-0 over Yankton. Gazelles will need a good plate appearance in the top of the third. Aaliyah Johnson now batting her second time at the plate. Lydia Johnson has moved to on deck, where she tries to bat twice in an inning, but an opportunity here. Churchma couldn't bring it in, and she does for out number 3, as that does wrap up our second inning of play. But the Cavaliers extend their lead. 7-0 they lead after 2 after a 5-run inning, 4 base hits in the field, 2 errors, and 1 left on base. When we return, the Gazelles at the plate. They need some runs here, and leading things off for Yankton will be the 7th hitter, the second baseman, Brooklyn King. That's all on its way on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut. As we return top of the third inning here, leading things off is Brooklyn King. Apologize, we missed that first pitch of the inning. Thought we had a little more time there. Moved quickly, certainly, on the field. King fouls that one off. 1-1 now the count. Brooklyn King, a junior here for Yankton, batting .500 through 3 games, 4 RBIs, and a large part of that is because she's coming off a game that saw her going 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs. 1-1 your count here for King. Reese Gary on deck, and King sits on it and could not have missed by much there. 2-1. Mackenzie Bierman remains in the circle here for Jefferson. Again, she's done a fantastic job this far and sends one high, ball 3, and Yankton looking for a leadoff runner. They trail 7-0 on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard and need some runs here. That was something we kind of mentioned in the pregame. If they want to compete, they're going to need to hit the ball well, and now maybe a give back to the pitcher there. 3-2 count now full. King was already starting her trot towards first, and she'll be told not quite so fast. Count full, the payoff pitch here. Bierman, 3-2, sends it in and right down the pipe. Rings up King for strikeout number 5 on the night. Brings Reese Gary now to the plate. Another pitcher's duel here. She's made good contact this season. Looks to continue that as it's just a matter of time before they start dropping in the right places. Sits on the first pitch, 0-1, it makes the count. The 0-1 pitch. Gary got a good piece of it, lines it out of play though. Now's when you got to be careful as a hitter. 0-2 the count. The pitcher, all of the freedom in the world to throw what she wants, and if she wants to throw a couple of throwaways, well, no harm, no foul. 0-2 though the count, an off-speed pitch. Gary keeps on it and fouls it off to see at least one more here. Looked like a change-up out of the hands of Bierman there, and Gary did a nice job of adjusting to the speed change and still got a piece of it with another opportunity to put into play. 0-2 again the count. That one zips by, and strike 3 as Mackenzie Bierman, strikeout number 6 already in the game, and we're in the top of the third here. September Rao now bats for the first time here of the night. She is perfect on the season. Has reached every time off of a base hit, fouls it back, 0-1 the count. Feels like right now Yankton just needs a catalyst to get this offense rolling, and we'll see if Rao can do just that. On deck is the top of the lineup for the Gazelles, Callie Koletsky with Jocelyn Burns in the hole. September Rao had a 2-for-2 performance against Pierre. Swings at that one a little high, but it goes back and again out of play. And she's certainly not afraid to move that bat. It has benefited her greatly to open the season. Now facing an 0-2 count against Bierman. The 0-2 pitch for Bierman, and off speed, and strike 3 as going down swinging there is September Rao. 3 up, 3 down in that inning again for Yankton. All 3 strikeouts at the hands of Mackenzie Bierman. Top of the third inning wraps up. It is still 7-0 your score. Into the bottom of the third we go with Jefferson. Leading things off will be Lydia Johnson when we return.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian district of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Bottom of the third inning, it's the Jefferson Cavaliers up 7-0 on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard, and they look to extend it here and push it even further on the Gazelles. Leading off is Lydia Johnson, who opened up the second inning of action with a ground out to second. On deck, Riley Fodness with Bella Sorum in the hole. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Cavaliers. Reese Gary remains in the circles. This one hit high up into left field. Gurney is able to track it down and brings it in for a quick out. 2 pitches, 1 out here to open the top of the third. And the Gazelles really hoping to not give up runs here anymore in this one. Riley Fodness now at the plate. Did reach by an error in the second inning. That was the line drive over to second, I believe, in and out of the glove. She'll get another opportunity here for a base hit. Sits on the first pitch, 0-1 after a strike thrown by Gary. Gary has seemingly found the zone now and is firing well in this one. 0-1 as a grounder hit over to third. Gerard picks it up. The throw over to first off the dirt. It bounces out and an error for the Gazelles. That is error number 4 in the game for Yankton, and right now it is hurting the team. Errors in every inning of action here so far for Yankton, and certainly looking to flip that around is Bella Sorum, coming off an RBI triple, now at the plate again as the 9th hitter in the lineup. Bella Sorum awaits the first pitch, gets a piece of it, high up it goes, maybe a chance, and no, it's out of play, bouncing off the Gazelles dugout. Oh, on the count here as Yankton trying to send it to the 4th inning of action with the same score. Gary continues firing strikes. And looking for some help behind her. The bunt does get put down and it goes out foul. Bella Sorum will now face an 0-2 count, and they were trying to push Fodness over to second. Instead, it'll just be 0-2, and Riley remains on first. Bella Sorum batting, and then on deck, the top of the Cavaliers lineup, Macy Bryan awaits her 3rd at bat. She's 2 for 2 already and has had a nice game so far. Sorum trying to stay perfect at the plate, but facing an 0-2 count, and she'll sit on it for strike 3. And Reese Gary gets her first strikeout of the game. Reese Gary adds to the total and takes out number 2 on her own. Runner on first, 2 outs here, and it's Macy Bryant at the plate. She's got a double and a triple already in tonight's game. A fresh count for the leadoff hitter, takes a cut, fouls it off, and it'll bounce off the backstop. 0-1 the count. Apologize, kind of hard to see the lefty hitters with how the chain links line up in the camera. And sitting on the second pitch, it's a ball. Throw down to second on the steal. They reach just in time. As that is Fodness over to second, now in scoring position here for the Cavaliers. One and one your count, 2 outs. Yankton looking for their first scoreless inning in the field, and that one got away from Reese, ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike here. Gary's next pitch. Sent in, finds the higher zone, and 2-2. Yankton looking to send this to the 4th inning, 7-0. Cavaliers with their top of the lineup at the plate and a runner on second. The 2-2 pitch, it's hit hard. To left field it goes yet again. Gurney, in and out of the glove it goes as she was able to track it down and taking off for third. Macy Bryant, I don't think she got there. She's out of here. Cavs will score one, but a heck of a play here on the field as they do get the runner out at third, as we'll watch a real quick replay brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. And, well, you get to see a little bit. You get to see the tag there. And Yankton Winnelson, second-generation, family-owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics since 1981. Fodness will score. It's the lone run there for the Cavaliers off of no hits, 1 error, and none left on base. Into the 4th inning we go. Gazelles at the plate. They need a good one when we return.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Back to the field, it's the top of the 4th inning here. Leading things off will be the leadoff hitter of the game, and for Yankton, Callie Koletsky with Jocelyn Burns on deck and Eliza Gurney in the hole. Callie Koletsky 0 for 1 to start as Yankton has went 3 up, 3 down in each of their 3 innings at the plate. Now, the 2nd inning, though, it was the untraditional format as Churchma led off with a single, but then a double play off of the sacrifice bunt from Madison Musfelt. Koletsky gets a good piece of that one, sends it deep into left field. It's going to hop to the fence. Koletsky takes off for second. Yankton's got a base runner. Koletsky takes off for third, and she's going to be tagged, no doubt about it. And she'll be out. Koletsky did pause on second for a bit, and you're wondering, looks like Muth was telling her, hey, I was saying hold up. Koletsky wanted third, but she's out now, and Jocelyn Burns steps up to the plate, 1 out. And now Burns will rope it into right center. That one a base hit, and Burns with a single to lead things off, and Yankton is certainly wishing right now they had 2 runners on. They'll have to settle, though, for the 1 with 1 out. Eliza Gurney now up to the plate. Faces 1 out with 1 runner on first. So it looks like Yankton has started timing up Jefferson and Bierman just a little bit, as they'll certainly need some runs here, trailing 8-0. 0-1 the count. We're going to count that as a double for Callie Koletsky, as she did stop on second, signaling a base hit, then took off and was found out at third. Gurney, no swing on that next one. It finds its way to the outside zone, 1-1 the count. Burns on first, Gurney at the plate on deck, Churchma. Gurney puts it into action, a diving effort at shortstop, and Gurney runs it out. A base hit for Eliza Gurney, as that is 3 straight for Yankton. They've got something cooking here, and their cleanup hitter, Kyra Churchma, to the plate, who had the first hit of the game for Yankton, looking for another and to get Yankton their first score of the night. Gazelles have given up a decent amount of runs, but they certainly can put up runs of their own. They average over 13 runs per game through 3 games. Over 40 runs between 3 games of action. Churchma sits on the first pitch, 0-1 the count, as it's a strike. Tell you what, though, Macy Bryant, sure a heck of an effort at shortstop, though, on that grounder from Gurney. Throw just couldn't quite make it. It was a nice throw, too. Churchman grounder right back to Bryant. Bryant sends it over to first, and there won't be a throw over to first as Burns gets out at third, Gurney to second, and Churchman will reach first with the fielder's choice, bringing up Madison Musfelt to the plate. Musfelt a chance to possibly add on to her RBI total this season. Had a few in her last game. A slow dribbler right back up to Mackenzie Bierman it goes, and an easy out there for the pitcher as it was topped off by the bat. So no runs for Yankton off of 3 base hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We are at the halfway point of the game, headed to the bottom of the 4th inning, where the Cavaliers have an opportunity to extend their lead here. They're up 8-0 when we return.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
What does FloorTech do? When disaster strikes, water damage, mold growth, or fire cleanup, call the team you can trust. FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration. They respond fast to protect your home or business and restore it the right way with honesty, integrity, and top-notch service. Their crews proudly serve southeast South Dakota and northeast Nebraska, including Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, and Sioux Falls. For 24/7 emergency service, call 800-507-1822. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech or visit them at floortechrestoration.com.
Back to the field, bottom of the 4th inning here, where the Cavaliers lead 8-0 on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Gazelles trailing here and looking for a stop in the field and then some runs. As it is nearing, of course, that 10 runs, as you always keep an eye on that when it does get close after 5 innings of play, or 4.5 in this case, if it is Yankton trailing by 10. Would be a mercy rule, so they're trying to push it here and hoping to see a full 7 here tonight. Yankton had an improved inning in the field in the 3rd inning compared to the 2nd. And looking to do the same here as Lauren Bullis up to the plate. 0 for 2 has flown out to right field twice. Now faces a 1-1 count here. Bullis, the 2nd hitter in the Cavs lineup, with Taya Devricks on deck and Brooklyn Herrera in the hole. Reese Gary continues firing, and that one low gets to the backstop for ball 2. Two on the count here. Yankton in the field wearing red jersey, trimmed out in white with white pants. And Sioux Falls Jefferson, as Bullis flies that one up and caught at shortstop by Burns for out number 1. So St. Louis Cavaliers in the black jersey and pants with golden pinstripes and some green trim. And a needed quick out here for this Yankton defense. Taya Deverick steps up to the plate. No runners on and 1 out she faces. She's 0 for 1, reached on an error. Also reached by a walk this time, gets a base hit right up the gut to center field. She's got a single. Base hit number 6 in the game for Jefferson. So, you think over the course of 3 1/3 innings played, 6 base hits, 8 runs, that does tell you that they've definitely capitalized either off of A, walks, or B, errors. In this case, for tonight's game, it has been errors in the field with Yankton at 4. We do have a courtesy runner here. She's got a sweatshirt on, so hard to see or tell who that is running in her place. But Devricks won't run. She'll have a courtesy runner in her place, and stepping up to the plate, Brooklyn Herrera. And running in her place will be Finley Whiting of the Cavaliers. Appreciate it from Blue, letting me know the substitution there. And hard hit. This one goes into deep center field, but it's going to be pulled in. Callie Koletsky has it for out number 2. Koletsky, a couple catches in center field here. Brings in that one for out number 2. And Yankton, well, leading things off for the Cavaliers to open this inning was the 2, 3, 4 hitters. Now have made their way to the 5th hitter. They can get out of that without giving up any runs. They're certainly going to feel a little bit of momentum heading into their next at-bat. 2 outs here at the plate. Mackenzie Bierman, who's done a great job in the circle, hits it hard, deep center field. That one's going a distance. Into the fence it drops, and Jefferson is going to look to score it. They will. An RBI double, and the lead has been extended to 9-0. All the way around, Finley Whiting goes. Mackenzie Bierman will put up a double and score another one for Jefferson. She'll have a courtesy runner. It's Grace Hofer. So the Cavaliers have scored in every inning of action so far here tonight. Aaliyah Johnson at the plate. She has been the 3rd out in the 1st and 2nd inning. That first pitch from Gary rolls on back to Kyra Churchma, who picks it up. Yankton is going to certainly need a good offensive output in their next inning, should they want to push this one further than 5 innings. Next pitch high and outside from Gary, but a nice snag by Churchma behind home plate. Two balls, no strikes. 2 outs and a runner on second. Aaliyah Johnson looking for something to hit. Fouls that one over towards her head coach Whiting. He'll pick it up. No glove needed. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. I'm Zach Spear on Yankton streaming on YouTube. If you know the businesses that sponsor our stream, give them a thank you and maybe consider doing business with them, as we couldn't broadcast these games without their support, as well as our Element sponsors. As the 2-1 pitch is sent in for strike 2. But we really do appreciate all of them. And we love getting to be able to be a part of Yankton Athletics. And it's been a fun open to the softball season as Yankton 2-1, trying to mount a comeback here tonight against the Cavaliers, as an outside pitch makes this count full. Aaliyah Johnson at the plate, Lydia Johnson on deck, and in the hole, Riley Fondness. That is the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Cavaliers. Reese steps back to the rubber, winds up for the payoff pitch. It's sent in and will miss for ball 4. Now 2 runners on. But that's only walk number 2 from Reese Gary, who's already faced 29 batters in tonight's game. Lydia Johnson now steps up to the plate for the 3rd time of the game. Fresh count. She faces, fouls it back into the backstop. 0-1 the count. On the count here as Yankton trying to send back to the dugout. They've given up 1 run so far in this inning. 0-1 the count, and it's hit, driven into center field. Koletsky takes her steps back and brings it in for another catch. A great inning for Callie Koletsky as she brings in another line drive. Cavaliers put up 1 run off of 2 base hits. No errors in the field for Yankton, and 2 left on base. We are headed to the top of the 5th inning. Now, Yankton doesn't technically need a run, but certainly feels like they'll need it here. Top of the 5th inning. When we return, leading things off will be Ava Gerard for the Gazelles.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. I carry Tribal, Lulu Bee, Ethel, Southern Lady, and Old Ranch. I have other brands too. The nursery has everything you need for babies. Copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, bag sleepers, and baptism. Toddler clothing, boys and girls Under Armour to size 7, toys, little golden books, and other unique kids' toys. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single up to Abdallah chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
And we do have a different pitcher here on the mound here for the top of the 5th inning as Taya Devricks is in the circle to relieve Bierman. Bierman with 4 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, no walks, a very impressive performance, and no walks. I mean, just a great overall performance, as it'll actually be Isabel Sheldon batting now in place of Ava Gerard. Her first at bat of the game. 1-0 she faces, and now 2-0 the count. If you ever have any suggestions on how to improve our broadcast here on Yankton streaming on YouTube, you can certainly leave a comment for me. I'd be more than happy to consider a suggestion if I think it would make the stream better. Otherwise, you can always give us a call at Classic Hits 106.3. Sheldon ropes it left field. It goes, wraps around the fair territory, and she'll be standing on second with a double. A great base hit to open our top of the 5th. Isabel Sheldon with a double. Brooklyn King will step up to the plate here now. 0 for 1 in today's game with a strikeout, now facing a different pitcher, though. We'll see how that affects anything. Runner on second with no outs here as Sheldon got the hitting going early. That one finds the outside zone, 0-1 the count. Taya Devricks, certainly some zip on her pitches here. As, I mean, even Mackenzie Bierman was throwing pretty good speed, but Devricks another step up. 0-1 the count. Did she go? They'll say she went. 0-2 the count. So King trying to get her runner around here, as it's Sheldon on second. Reese Gary awaits on deck. The off-speed pitch gets her, and strike 3 as the first strikeout in the circle for Devricks comes early. Reese Gary now at the plate. Struck out watching in her first at bat. Did foul off a nice one, looking to put it into play this time, and takes a cut there, misses. 0-1 the count. Devricks continues firing well in the top of the 5th inning. Gary sits on the next one. 1-1, it'll make the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and an out. And on second right now, Isabel Sheldon, as she led off the inning with a double. It was a perfectly placed ball down the third baseline. Gary fouls that one off to the backstop, now faces a 1-2 count. September Rao awaits on deck, and then after that, the Gazelles starting, or the top of the lineup, excuse me. One and 2 your count here. Devricks fires it in, and the off-speed pitch got away from her a little bit. 2-2, and a good decision, no swing there from Reese Gary. Yankton needing some runs here in the 5th inning. A swing and a miss there from Gary, and it's out number 2. Devricks takes the second out herself as well. She's now got 2 outs in the circle, and September Rao steps up to the plate. September struck out in the 3rd inning of action, has a runner on second now and 2 outs. A swing and a miss there, 0-1, and Devricks is humming on the in the circle. I was going to say on the mound. Of course, that's more baseball than softball. Devericks the 0-1 pitch. Rao again swinging a miss, and not missing by much, just not quite making that connection there. So September Rao with a runner on second. 0-2 the count, 2 outs she faces. Devericks winds up, fires in another one, and Rao does get a piece of that one out of play. It goes, and she'll stay alive at the plate. Count still at 0-2. Devericks the advantage. Shakes off the first pitch, likes the next one. Another 0-2 pitch, and September Rao will dribble it forward. Devericks picks it up with her bare hand and will get the out at first, and that wraps up the top of the 5th inning with a ground out back up to Devericks. No runs off of 1 base hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for Yankton in the 5th, and now they're going to be forced to play shutout defense. If they give up a single run here in this bottom of the 5th, that is ball game, so they need to come away without giving up any runs to keep this game alive. Bottom of the 5th on the way when we return. Leading things off will be Riley Fodness here on Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Back to the field, bottom of the 5th inning here, and Reese Gary will continue firing for the Yankton Gazelles. She has done a nice job so far, only 2 walks. Unfortunately, has given up a handful of runs, but a number of unearned runs as well. First pitch well low, ball 1, as Riley Fodness leads things off here for Sioux Falls Jefferson. Bella Sorum on deck. That's the 8 and 9 hitters for the Cavaliers. Fodness, the designated player for the Cavaliers, didn't see if she went to the field when Bierman stopped pitching. Grounds that one over to Coach Whiting, and again, no glove needed. 1-1 the count. Fodness has reached twice in this one, both by an error. And Yankton given another opportunity. Feels like they might need this one. One and one the count, and that one hit high up, an infield fly. It's called off at second, and a reaching grab made there by Brooklyn King as we watch the replay here. A fly out, and King was able to book it in and nearly had to hit the floor to bring it in. So 1 up, 1 down. Bella Sorum now at the plate. Struck out watching in her last at bat. She's 1 for 2, also has a triple. Fouls it off, it hits her foot, and it is a dead ball. 0-1 the count. Macy Bryant on deck for the Cavaliers. Oh, and 1 the count here as Gary fires in another. It's hit hard into right center. It goes, and Callie Koletsky brings it in for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here for Yankton. They need a final out here. Now batting Macy Bryant for the Cavaliers. She's 2 for 3 with a double and a triple, but very well could be 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a triple. As her last at bat, she was caught out at third where she was tagged. Yankton needs this final out. First pitch in the dirt, low, ball 1. On deck, Lauren Bullis awaits. One-0 the count here. Gary's next pitch. All right, down the pipe, 1-1 the count. Can the Gazelles keep it alive and send it to the 6th inning here? No runners are on, 2 outs. And if they don't give up a run, it will force the 6th. Yankton's not out of it, but they certainly need to play well. Next pitch low and outside. Two and one, excuse me, the count. That one low and outside, ball 3. At the plate here, Macy Bryant. Looking for her third base hit, and she's got it. Right back to left field it goes as it one hops to Gurney. The throw does get through, but staying put on first is Macy Bryant, who is now just a home run away from the cycle. Of course, if you're a Yankton fan, certainly hoping that does not happen. Lauren Bullis now up to the plate. Taya Deverick's on deck. So the game-winning run on first right now. Yankton needs this final out. As we actually have a changeup. Batting now is number 10, Madison Kroc, for the Cavaliers. So her first at bat will come here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now a low pitch. The throw down to second as Bryant takes off. And, oh, man, she has got some wheels. She'll reach safely. And I almost feel like you almost have no chance of getting her. She is just fast. 1-0 the count here. A base hit. Certainly could score from second. Macy Bryant. Kroc sits on the next one. 2-0 the count here. That one fouled off. Dead ball off the fence it goes. Madison Kroc at the plate, and it will be Taya Deverick still on deck, so no change there. And in the hole, Brooklyn Herrera. Kroc, her first at bat, takes a called strike, 2. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Yankton needs it. The Cavaliers have scored in every inning of play, but if Yankton holds them here, we'll have a 6th inning coming up. The 2-2 pitch, that one wild got away. Churchma fires down to third as Bryant was able to slide in safely, and she will reach home for run number 10, and that will wrap things up here tonight. So not your traditional walk-off, but that will be the final here of the night. Bryant brings it all the way down as she stole third, and the throw got out to the outfield, and she scores your final 10-0 after 4 2/3 innings of play, where it is 1 run off of 1 hit for the Cavs, no errors for Yankton, and none left on base. And your final here tonight, 10-0, as the Cavaliers advance to 3-0 on the season. Yankton will drop to 2-2, 500 now on the season. Coming up, we've got our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. Our hot hitter of the game brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. And as always, our chat with head coach Jill Muth of the Gazelles. You'll want to keep it here on Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Stunning flowers from Pied Piper are the finishing touch on your most perfect wedding day. We are your full-service florist with the experience and knowledge to design the perfect wedding flowers, sure to make all your wedding flower dreams come true. Brides, bridesmaids, boutonnieres, corsages, ceremony reception, and all event work are our specialty. Your style, your day, your vision. Pied Piper Flowers makes it happen. Pied Piper Flowers, your wedding florist.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
And back for our First Dakota National Bank post-game show. 10-0 your final score. Sioux Falls Jefferson defeating the Yankton Gazelles, as First Dakota our corporate sponsor as well as our post-game sponsor. And Kaiser Heating and Cooling coming up, your hot hitter of the game. Your final stats in this one: Callie Koletsky went 1 for 2 at the plate with a double. Jocelyn Burns was 1 for 2 with a single. Eliza Gurney went 1 for 2 as well with a single. Kyra Churchman went 1 for 2 with a single, also reached by fielder's choice. Madison Musfelt went 0 for 1 at the plate, also had a sac bunt she put down. Ava Gerard went 0 for 1. Isabel Sheldon 1 for 1. Brooklyn King went 0 for 2. Reese Gary went 0 for 2. And September Rao also went 0 for 2. 4 2/3 innings pitched for Reese Gary, gave up 10 runs. And in this one, she had 1 strikeout and 2 walks. So don't feel like in the circle she really could have done much to prevent this game. As 2 things: errors in the field by the Gazelles, and a great hitting team in the Cavaliers. I mean, more anything than not. I mean, credit where credit is due. Sioux Falls Jefferson played incredibly well and certainly did enough to get the win. Appreciate you on Yankton streaming on YouTube, Daniel, and glad to be doing these broadcasts and making it so if anyone can't make the game, whether related to any players or just a big fan of either team, certainly always welcome to tune in on Yankton streaming on YouTube. If you're a huge fan of Yankton Athletics, maybe consider subscribing to Yankton streaming, as you'll be notified every time we're live with whether it's football, boys or girls basketball, softball, and might even pick up a baseball game or 2 here this year as well. We'll keep you updated and let you know if we do end up deciding to do that. Gazelles, though, in this one, no runs off of 5 hits. There's 4 errors in the field and 3 left on base. For the Jefferson Cavaliers, 10 runs off of 8 hits, no errors, and 4 left on base. As now time for your Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton's hot hitter of the game. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. Tonight, our hot hitter of the game, well, someone who only got 1 at-bat, Isabel Sheldon. She only had 1 opportunity and certainly made the most out of it, as she went 1 for 1 and hit a double to open the top of the 5th inning. Unfortunately, Yankton couldn't capitalize and bring her in to keep this one rolling, but that's just sometimes how the games go. But Isabel Sheldon is our hot hitter of the game, brought to you by Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. Coach Muth still chatting things over with her team. When we return, our chat with her, and before we wrap things up and kind of talk about what's next for Gazelle softball.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotz. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bone Setter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
And as we return on our First Dakota National Bank post-game show, now joined by head coach Jill Muth of the Gazelles. And Coach, a 10-0 loss here to Sioux Falls Jefferson, but again, props to them, a very good team. What did you see out on the field here tonight?
Yeah, I told the girls that, first time through the lineup, I would say we looked, it was a little tough for us the first time through the lineup. And the second time through the lineup, I thought just about everybody hit the ball hard, to continue what we've been doing for the first 3 games of the season, And I told the girls, I said, if we play just a little bit better defensively, we keep that a close game, and you never know what happens at that point. But, I think we just had a little bit of, we saw Sioux Falls Jefferson and we went, uh-oh, and just kind of one step slow or one step further back, and just, those little things in a softball game make a big difference. But, I told the girls, it's not a surprise. We all have looked at our schedule. We know our next 5 games are all against Sioux Falls schools. Brandon, Sioux Falls, And I said, and you know what? We can compete in every single one of those. I told the girls, Coach Cooley, Coach Blaha, and I, we all believe. Now we got to have you believe. Now we got to come out and say we deserve to play in these games. We can play in these games, and let's go get them. So that's kind of was our message to the girls at the end of the game. And we said we're going to be back up here tomorrow at Sanford with a chance to go out and prove that we believe and we know that we can play in these games.
And as you kind of mentioned, maybe in the field, a few more errors than you might have liked, but Reese Gary just continued firing away in the circle. What does that say about her mentality and ability to just go out and do what she is able to do?
Yeah, she's kind of a one-person show for us right now. We've got some freshmen that'll come in, but, Reese kind of knows when she goes out there, it's kind of, her baby to take care of, and she battles. She first inning was a little tough, and she was having a tough time a couple times hitting some spots, but she just kept at it. She kept battling, and she worked hard, and she's just a gamer. She's just going to give you everything she's got every night she's out there.
And Isabel Sheldon came in 5th inning, had not batted previously in the game, comes out against a very good Taya Devericks, who's throwing awfully hard. Comes out right down the line, a double to open things up. What a great hit there.
Yeah, absolutely. She hit 2 rockets in the JV game. I mean, I think, one-hop the fence twice in the JV game, and so thought, this is going to give her an opportunity, and she, made the most of it. So she did a nice job out there and put the ball in play and got herself a hit, and hopefully that's another, chance to keep her on a hot streak and keep her rolling.
And now 2 more games yet this week, as you mentioned, both Sioux Falls teams, as tomorrow night is going to be Sioux Falls Roosevelt, then Sioux Falls Washington Thursday. Your thoughts on those upcoming matchups and what you'd like to see from the team?
Yeah, we've got to clean up the defensive end a little bit, but I think just go out and play our game, swing at good pitches and hit the ball hard and see what happens.
Absolutely. Nice and easy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds easy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Easier said than done, but I look forward to those games. They should be good ones, and we will talk with you then.
All right, sounds good, Zach. Thanks for your coverage.
Again, that was head coach Jill Muth of the Yankton Gazelles here on our First Dakota National Bank post-game show, as it's getting a little late here. And, after a game that started about an hour and a half later than expected, about wraps it up for me here tonight. Tomorrow night they'll take on Sioux Falls Roosevelt, as that game will be first pitch at 6 o'clock in Sioux Falls. That'll be here on Yankton streaming on YouTube. And you guessed it, Thursday's game against Sioux Falls, Washington. First pitch at 6 on Yankton streaming on YouTube. That one will be in Yankton. If you can make it out to Sertoma Park, certainly come out and support the team. If you can't make it, we'd love to have you join us here on Yankton streaming. For the final time tonight, I'm Zach Spear. Until next time, go Gazelles.
This has been a presentation of Yankton High School Softball on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next time for all the action.